I want to wear my fine glasses. It's medicated actually, so it's not. It's not shakumented. I mean, shaku, whatever.
You see that video where the babe the talk say all her life she thinks say
say
the bed is the glass, the glass. It doesn't have before. I never ever did think of say anything concerning glass.
But I actually thought glass. I actually thought glass is correct. It does, Abi.
It does now, but after a while, I think you have to maybe change.
I know you. Yeah, I changed my own glasses, but though I don't have like an eye defect, but this one is was it recommended? No, when they look screen too much and stuff.
Anti-glare.
Both anti-glare. And like I just kind of noticed that I have to use the glass when I'm working. Like I just have to use it, unless the light on my eyes is just a lot.
You never see a relationship where you know. Say you just see them more. You know the relationship go fail. You just know. Nobody need tell you. You just see that. You just know see the relationship. You never see that kind of situation. You just see two people. You just the one that but these people no go last. You never see people.
And they give me feelings say I don't see them before, but I don't feel point.
Where you just see them. They don't do anything. Just maybe the little you know about them. You just know say these two people.
Sometimes people be biased or biased. Where you say.
Okay, so today's episode, but I read the story first. So my best friend is getting married in a few months. We've been friends for over 12 years. We've lived together, worked together, survived Lagos together, and all that. So obviously, everyone expected I'll be one of his groomsmen. The groomsman with what do you call that one? The one we did closest.
Best man.
Best man.
Okay.
Here's the problem. I genuinely do not believe this marriage will work at all. His fiancée, Marie, is, how do I put this nicely? She's a walking red flag with good makeup. Since they had started dating, Casey has changed in ways that scare me. He's constantly stressed. He walks on eggshells around her.
Wow.
She gets angry over small things. They break up every 2 months. She has blocked half of his friends for bad influence. She once told him, your friends are single because they are unserious. Don't end up like them. He even has admitted that he's not sure she's the one, but he's pushing forward because he's tired of the dating scene. And Mary is ready to settle down. The real issue started when he asked me to be a groomsman, his best man. I hesitated. Honestly, I froze. And because he's my guy, I tried to be honest without being disrespectful. I told him, bro, I don't feel comfortable standing beside you in something that you don't seem happy about. He got quiet, really quiet. Then he said I was being disloyal and I was judging his partner and that I was sabotaging his happiness. And that being his best man is about supporting him, not his relationship. Mary eventually found out because of course he told her. And she called me toxic and said I was jealous of their relationship. Now he says he still wants me at the wedding, but only if I can behave myself. Which is wild because I've never behaved badly a day in my life. Some mutual friends think I should have just accepted the role and kept my opinions to myself. Others say I did the right thing because fake support is worse. But now, the friendship feels tense and some part of me wonders, did I ever step? Was it none of my business? Or should I have just stood there, smiled and collected my souvenirs? Am I the asshole for refusing to be a groomsman because I don't believe in the marriage?
I think for me it's interesting because like what metrics do we use to judge some other person, like was like somebody's relationship and stuff like that?
No, but you might have some like insight because, for example, now your guy, maybe a person where you see on a daily, so you know, well, like you said, he's working on eggshells around our way, stress, listening stress and all those things. So if they see, you might be saying certain things that they should say about this thing they lead, this thing no good for. I mean, sometimes if somebody is dealing in something that is not good for them, even you will be observer. Sometimes,
okay.
But my own question first now, say, or like for friendship, what's more important? Is it loyalty or honesty? Like, what's more important? Is it that hey, no, anything they do, I deal with you, or is it? But if you do something we know bound, I will tell you, or if I'm just going to be honest with you at all times, and
Is that not one of the main attributes of being, or is that one of
loyalty
the
doesn't necessarily mean you're honest with the person. If you don't like within the person, they do. But hey, now your person, you've
Okay.
pledged to her, so I'm sticking with you. I don't support this thing you're doing. If you don't tell himself, but I'm sticking with you to the end. If they say, for example, now, if you did all those, I did watch Robin Hood, so all those they are like the what do you call it, chief of staff to the king. But
Okay.
just put down like
Okay.
that. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily agree with what the king tell him to do, everything the king they do.
Yeah.
But because now king, you tell say, hey, I don't have a choice. I've pledged allegiance. That's loyalty.
Okay.
Honesty is hey, I don't like this you're doing. It doesn't make sense. I know they follow you from this part.
Okay.
In friendships, like sometimes I struggle with which one is more, or when to maybe not which one is more important, but when to lean towards each one.
Okay.
If you do something, do I tell my guy now that hey, man, but I see they do, add up. Or if it's something, for example, the other day we talked about the football thing.
Okay.
So if you do I tell my guy, hey, this is they do now, but this is no add up. Or do I say, bro, I deal with you till anyway. So that's one question that really boggles my mind sometimes when dealing with, particularly with like family and close friends. If now outside I want to give a fuck about, I don't get tissue.
But just if you're coming from there, just go. Come.
I don't get tissue with locking up, but I know they call your wedding though.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I feel like maybe friendship comes with like a bit of both, like being loyal to the person and being honest at the same time. Yeah, it just has to be a good mix of both of them. Because blind loyalty you're not going to see that.
I don't think blind loyalty is a good thing.
Exactly. Like, okay, yeah. That's like I think that's how I see the whole loyalty thing. So blind loyalty is that my guy, whatever decision he makes, I go follow him. Right? Sometimes that they say and they give cult vibes, but then honesty also comes with discernment, where of course you want to be honest, but you guys use your head. No, at one point do you bring X, Y, Z and stuff like that up? Yeah, of course, they might cause issues and stuff. So,
So man, say your guy now they make big mistake where maybe you know agree with, especially if now something where
what is big mistake?
a life-changing mistake. So in this, okay, this is marriage in this case, maybe a job they want to move, relocate to a different place.
So okay, sorry. I think like for me, because maybe from the context of the story,
yeah.
like we don't know the kind of
From his own POV, say you get the time where he's pretty much said this is from his own POV, from what he has observed of this guy. So, she's a walking red flag.
Yeah.
I mean, she's fine.
Yeah.
But his friend is on the edge every time with her walking on eggshell, and the guy has even said that he doesn't think she's the one, but she's ready to settle down. Him is tired of the dating. So
yeah, basically I think from that point of view, I think it makes sense for you to like just tell him so. Because see, there are people that while me I'm for if marriage doesn't work for you, divorce and stuff like that. There are people of the opinion that marriage is for better for worse.
Once you don't enter,
you don't enter. We are not basically talking about abuse and stuff like that. So some of them can range from, we're not talking about violence and all, but some of them can range from both emotional abuse and stuff like that. You get so if you're already seeing this thing, I kind of feel it makes, like if this person is close to you, like you want to, I think it makes sense for you to tell the person. I kind of think it makes sense. I don't know. I'm just thinking
you
about.
You just go by that. All this time where you go put like for even it happen for the story itself too. Where you go advice. Person will call
Okay.
But my boyfriend, this my girlfriend, man. Then they stress me, bro. And like I did go through a lot. Because of boy break up now. Man, your peace first. Put your peace first.
Yeah.
2 seconds, they don't go there.
I'll go boost
that two of them. Some jealous people don't want you to be happy in your relationship. You now, you don't go, you don't become the bad person. And they say sometimes, they make you don't put mouth for husband and wife.
right, yeah.
So sometimes it's tricky. Like with relationships, with certain other things, it might be a little bit maybe easier to have that conversation. So relocation, for example, maybe the person won't move, but this person do, or you get one deal with you want to do, or business you want to do, way you don't feel like say, but this thing a good deal.
Okay.
If you get that conversation, and then still if you go ahead or not, but it is easier to get those kind of conversations. Just lock up.
I think it depends on the kind of friend you are to him and like how much you value that relationship. So, because if things are, if you sense that something might go wrong, maybe due to past experience or due to personal knowledge, and you're seeing that, or maybe this thing you're going to, maybe business, relationship, say,
oh God, this your story, no, they add up. Live on.
Yeah, story, and but because it's like, okay, let's just take it back to relationship. Like, I know we come from like a country where, although at least from personal experience, and maybe I might be wrong, women has the pressure more on getting married because one, they have biological clock. For guys, maybe, but not as bad as that of the women. You get, so the pressure is more on the women. So like this, I don't know, even if I want to, if I want to do marriage, I think it only makes sense for you to do to go into marriage or relationship that gives you peace of mind. Like the idea that you just want to do it, make everybody come out your way, is a very terrible plan.
Yeah, it is. And sadly, I feel like that's even one of the reasons why we have a lot of homes breaking today.
100% agree.
Everybody just do it. It's more by time don't reach thing than a So at that point when that time don't reach, whoever you deal with, you just we'll go rugged and we'll figure out more just especially if family don't they ask, like from the lady side, families ask, hey man, you've been with this guy, what's up now? If he's not ready, come and find who is ready. And there's always somehow person they always ready to one person just there on the standby, we just wait where he Pablo just film. And then you're like, hey, okay, and you are the guy looking, you start looking at it. Even from how to, what happens is on both sides, the things that should be an issue that you should have spotted, you won't be looking out for it. The conversations you should have had before getting involved, like getting that serious, and I know they get them. For example, maybe something on finances in the house. You know, when you did it, and I feel rugged a lot of things with fee work. With money on our feet, just especially if it's people that don't live together. Maybe they see how they go. So on our feet, do some ruggedity on money side. But once you get married now, that's a different conversation. Now, if you've not had that conversation before that point, the flaws will come out. You can't get this, my money, her money, or something again, another good thing, family boundaries. That's another thing that most times when dating, it might not come up. So much, except you guys have the conversation. You understand that thing? Early stage of dating, the conversation on children, if you don't come up again, plenty people know they get this conversation. Because at that point, you're looking at, man, it's time. Let me do this thing. So you're more focused on, okay, let me do it now and get it over with done. Let me do it as best or as right as I can. And then when you don't enter, the people with the chat. When you go marry, they don't come out now. You don't marry now. You don't do extravagant wedding. Even something as small as, I don't know if it's small, big as, what kind of wedding? And I know you get the conversation. So you've done the wedding now, you've done all of those things. Issues are now coming up, and then you're realizing that, hey, I didn't do this thing because I wanted to do it. It's because I felt like this is what is expected of me. And that's a serious conversation. I think most people should. Sometimes I wonder what people really go on dates they actually talk about.
Like, okay, quick question. How long do you think is too short for two people to meet and get married?
How long is too short?
I don't even know.
The time from meeting,
the time from meeting to getting married. Because sometimes you see, I have this opinion. Even though there's no templates to it, right? yes, there's no template to it, but I 100% feel like, see, 6 months is too short.
I have this opinion that you should not get married to somebody you've not lived with.
100%, like me, 100%.
If
Like,
you never live with the person for like a year, say, figure like more than a day. I don't think you should get married.
Like, a lot of people might not move towards that because of religion and stuff like that.
I know say make you when you live with the person more than the big more instead.
Yeah, but then regardless of that, but yes, that and but even with that, because you get to see a lot of people that say God is going to give them their perfect person and stuff. I do not believe that. I don't even think
so
that
the other people God give the wrong person.
Yes, I don't believe that. I don't even believe personal opinion. I don't believe. No, what was it? I don't believe that it's a soulmate. So it's more.
Oh, that's a conversation we should have. I have a peculiar take on soulmate. I don't think I've shared it with anybody before.
Okay. So I don't believe there's anything like soulmates. I just believe relationship work because no, of course there are people that you see and the both of you is like you guys are match made in heaven, and then it just works. Because you even hear stories of people like we met, and when we met 1 month into, we just knew that we wanted to spend the rest of our life with each other. It worked, but they are outliers.
Yeah.
Right. So even you get but then aside and then when they get married, like it's the best thing that happens to them. I just feel like these things are few.
Yeah. True.
Maybe they're a lot, but I don't know. But then meeting someone that's just meeting someone and then you didn't feel that spark, but then you just say, let's just see how things go, and then 6 months later you guys are married. Then when you kind of ask them, okay, why did you get married? I say, well, you know what? I was in that stage and I just thought, why not? You know, and I put it in the hands of God and I prayed to God and God said I should.
Papa said I should go ahead and I went ahead.
So even all of that, and then you have people that are married and then they just, what's the word? What's the right word to use? Is it manage? I don't know if it's not manage.
Tolerate.
To just tolerate themselves. Because this one say I don't insult my husband. This one say I'm not a wife beater. This one what they just did is, my husband is back. Or what am I supposed to do? Cook food for him, put in the parlor. My father, we need to make children. How many we want to? But like I'm funny enough, like I think I've had this conversation with someone. It's like, hey, I don't think that's even a bad premise to even do something like marriage, in the sense that the both of you know what you want, which is we want to make children. Fine, no one. But then feel free to do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. We can live happily in this.
And that's why we have the concept of like open marriages now.
Right. So I don't even think that's a terrible idea, to be honest.
I mean, I don't think any form of marriage, whether polygamy, monogamy, polyandry, I don't think anyone is terrible.
I think I think
let's be upfront with each other.
True.
Have the conversations.
I think what a lot of people fail to get is that women have agency of their own. They kind of put women in this box where like they don't have a agency, which is terrible because it feels like it's as if you take them as babies or they don't know what they are doing or they're kind of stupid.
Baby.
No, but that's a different thing. That's a different thing. But you're talking, if let's say a man and woman say, my husband is the head of the house. Okay, no problem. Whatever your family dynamics, and the wife does something and say, see, if that woman commits a crime, she's going to bear the consequence of her crime alone, without the other person.
Oh no, sir.
Exactly. So don't treat, because you just treat us this way, like okay, the husband.
Now when they reach crime, except two of us go out together.
That's the thing. So exactly, treat these people like they have their own agency, and they see human beings know what they are doing. Let's not, So with that guy's this thing, you go to that point. Unfortunately, to be honest, it's unfortunate for him.
Yeah.
Right? It's better off not, except that on their own part, they have I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone that I might like this person that much, but with someone that will make me see. I want for me now. I don't know for different people. I think it makes sense that hey, whoever you're dating would like your family. You get they can come to your house, they like your family likes them back, because regardless of the kind of love you have for this person, and then your family don't like them, it's going to
You
be
know,
tough.
you go hard.
It's
You go
going to
hard.
be tough. So it's
There's
either
always going to feel like something is
exactly. So
missing.
it's either you're going to always be coming as, hey, I'm single whenever I come to this house, I'm married whenever I'm over there.
Or
And
you have to cut off one
you
side.
just have to cut off one side. Or just play, which is, I don't think it makes sense. But at the end of the day, people, you marry the person. But see, we human beings, we are a social animal, and we want to have interactions with other people. So even within the talks and say the man, as he not start the relationship, he's making the guy drop some of his friends. Of course, regardless of whatever. I was listening to this podcast as to how you can make friends and stuff like that. So they say one of the factors of making friends are relationship, children. Like once these two things are in your life, maintaining some form of friendship is a bit more difficult, because when you want to create new friends, you have to know whether, hey, like for children now, you might be better off knowing that, okay, this person I want to make friends with, maybe if they have children, it might be better for you. That kind of thing.
Understand certain
exactly
things,
so that if you guys want to hang out, it's easier.
Because nobody else call you randomly.
Like
when you say, I know they're going to go beat ass.
So you have to, because it becomes more tricky when you're in a relationship. It's like, hey, if a very committed relationship and there are things that you want to do, and you have not like you have to do with your partner, but they have to be in the know. So it becomes a bit more and stuff like that. So
I think both friendships or the romantic relationship, all of them are pretty much very difficult to manage.
Yeah.
But one thing I try to do on my own side, especially if you be person who I consider my person, like I try to be as honest with you at all times. You get times say you go do something bad, I go stand by you, I go support you.
Okay.
But I want to know that I know what you will do. So that if I hear say, if I hear say my friend do this thing, I know say if he do. And even if I dey support am, with my full chest, don't say in do am, but I'm my guy.
Yeah.
So when you dey defend, so something happen, you want, and you find out say the person dey wrong. How you go use manage that situation? Different. You can't okay, me tell them saying they wrong, but you get the good, like you try to manage the whole situation. Maybe say escalate. All right, no, okay, who wrong? Wait, man, wait, that kind of thing. I never want to be in a situation where my friend do something, I defend them, or they tell me, but I don't think know whether I do this thing. I prefer I know you to. That's why I don't keep a lot of friends. I want to say, hey, now waiting this person if you do. So even if I'm defending you, I know, and then I can have that conversation with you later. Say, but I go do like this now. Then we figure out a way to fix whatever it is you're doing. But I'm going to try my best. The other time say, you go up and I go tell them, no man, I just sing. That guy do it. No mind that guy. I'm just singing. That's what they do. Then you try to even start to fix things from there from the start. But then imagine you spend the time in no doing.
Only to find out say
into doing. So same relationships in particular. One thing I don't like, even with my friends, if I'm dating the same thing, if I'm having people around the same thing, I make a lot of jokes. I make all kinds of jokes. I don't feel comfortable if I'm with somebody that I have to filter my words. Right? Yeah. I want to be able to, hey, you do your thing, and we're not judging each other, because we know that even the dirtiest of joke or the darkest of joke is not coming from a bad place. Or even if there's malice or anything, I still trust you enough to know that, hey, you have my back. So one day I don't be comfortable when I walk around eggshells around person. I have to feel. I think I told this one time where I had to filter a lot of things I'm saying, and it felt so stressful because for certain things I like being very in the moment. It could just come my head, I will run out. But then if I have to filter everything I'm saying or everything I'm doing, I have to I don't, by default I already know that this person, I'm not supposed to be close to this person, because at that point I'm not having form of peace. Something will happen, I go and make joke around them. Now I don't calculate. This joke will offend this person or this but then, or even if with a group I talk something, everybody laugh or this thing, and then I know now that there's consequence for that thing I say later. It's stressful to manage. So even as a friend, I want to know that, hey, if I tell you say I don't like this thing what you do, you fit listen to me without tell me no, it don't happen, or but no, I don't, me I believe am. But we can have that conversation and nobody is feeling guilty. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I don't already do am now. Now this thing I really want to do, and we'll find a way around it. So for this guy's situation, one thing I like is that he spoke out.
Yeah.
Even if their friendship does not end up being fixed or being the same way, I mean, if they are supposed to be friends, or if they are as good as you said, they would always find a new meaning or a new way to have their friendship. Even if it doesn't, now maybe last, I know they come your house with Madam Day.
That's really, I think it's terrible. Like having friends for a long time and then somebody else, or start having a romantic relationship, and then of course things will change, but not change from the point of as you don't marry. Like the thing is this, right? You as a friend, or we as friends, should be able to understand boundaries of our friends. The things that see when it comes to relationship, being single and being in a relationship, things will change. If you're a guy and at the time where they follow you, they come out every time. I don't think maybe you might expect him to always want to do that.
No.
But even if he wants to do that, it has to be from how far. We won't go this thing. Is it something you would mind coming? Respecting the fact that he's in a relationship and he might want to ask his partner, hey, how far do you mind if I go? And it's totally fine. If the person say, I know filmmaker, as a friend, you're supposed to understand that boundary. You understand? Yeah. So because you're supposed to have a relationship whereby your friends are supposed to come to your house and then not just come into your space and still feel welcome. Yeah. Not feel like this whole relationship.
Yeah, I get. So, but anyway, back let's wrap up it.
Yeah.
So back to the gist. I don't think he did anything wrong. Oh, there's a question though. There's a question in my head. Like, what if he's wrong in this whole thing?
Who is that?
Maybe him they judge our relationship based on his own.
Yeah. So exactly. So I think that was the initial thing I asked. What metrics is he using to judge the relationship? Because to me, at the end of the day, right? We as human beings, we can only fall very, very. It's very funny, but we don't scale so much in very, very large groups. Yeah. There was one. Is it law? It was a social experiment. Something as to the maximum amount of friends someone. Is it close friends or something that someone can actually have? So it's not even up to more than 150. So like it's very close. I've forgotten what the actual.
You get 150 close friends.
It's not even close friends. Like you cannot have human interaction of 150 persons at it. Like something like that. I've forgotten. I posted it on my status one time. But then even if you look at close friends, I don't know how many close friends you can even have at a particular, like many people that you call close friends that you get some kind of conversation where you won't get.
Yeah.
You don't mind them being in the space. There are people like that in your life. And there are people like on the outside they feel like they're close to you, but they don't really know so much that's happening. Like if you allow that friendship foster, it's going to foster into something good. But for now, it's not in that space. But these kind of people, they are chill people. Like if you guys finding yourself in that kind of space, you guys can create a very good close relationship. Yeah. So there are different people like that.
Anyway.
So as you said, yeah, you're right. The guy might be judging the relationship.
Yeah, if he be saying I be the issue,
we don't get thing way in the sea. Exactly,
you don't get trouble with person where they come marry. Anytime we see that baby, they remind them. I mean, it might just be something maybe they got off on the wrong foot, and ever since then.
Yeah.
Or if he be person we just feel like she take it, like maybe the guy maybe they get some terrible behavior in the first place, and the babe now but this thing no fly.
Exactly. And that's where the boundaries thing come in. Maybe the guy doesn't say, this babe will set my life straight. Maybe some of you guys are there might be terrible friends. But and she's seeing some of those things and is helping him lose. So like what are the metrics people you use to judge somebody else's relation? Well, as I said,
anyway, for the story, he means let's
assume
he never be bad person. So
but let's assume the lady is a terrible person, right? And his work. But then I think the other thing that caught my is more like working on. So some things might not be working on eggshell because if you're in a relationship with somebody, you might now understand the person's trauma. You might now understand some things, and this will guide some of the conversation you have. Not because you're walking on eggshell, but because you're kind of protecting this person's likely peace or space, because this person is close to you. So let's say you have a partner that went through some form of abuse. Like, if there are some jokes that you can say before, I don't think it makes sense for you to continue that kind of joke. So it might be like, hey, if you say, boy, don't be you they talk all this kind, and you might not want to say, because
when she come out and make the joke.
no, it depends. As long as the joke is not hurting the person. But you know that, okay, maybe saying this kind of joke can bring up some kind of memory. So I feel like it's that. So, and it's not everything you're going to tell your friends. Sure. And they might not even, we use the word friend loosely. They might just be acquaintance.
Who we get this conversation with around?
I'll not forget. Maybe we've used the word so loosely that if you tell someone, if they say, is this guy your friend? I say, no, my friend, as if you're insulting the person, or like, rate the person. Technically, not like you rate the person, but maybe not to that extent. You can help. Maybe this person is just, we don't use the word acquaintance that much. You just say, hi, this person your friend? Say, no. Or you say, oh, no, it's not my friend, it's just my acquaintance. Maybe the person don't even understand within the word. So you just say, is there a friend?
Only when the person enter problem with you understand within the word. Exactly. Just person want to know.
So it might be that. So there are lots of things that guide relationships whereby, you're not in this person's space. I feel like you have to respect their boundaries. You start to understand. If you be guy, we say you don't really understand the human experience, and now you can't be in relationship whereby you start to understand the human experience. Then you now realize that some of the things that you have been doing before, either that be journalistic stuff, and you don't realize, okay, this thing it don't make sense, and then you're learning this thing, and then your guys feel like say, this is our guy now they work on eggshell. Like, to be honest, this is deep.
But one thing I like is that they spoke out, so they know that there's something we don't agree on, or we're not on the same page. Now, it's better to have that in the open and then figure out the way forward than all of us carry something for mind. That one self affect the friendship more. There's something on my mind, something on your mind. We know there's something, we've not talked about it, it's not coming out, and it just keeps, how it starts is, it starts as a crack, and then the more things happen, it just keeps expanding. So one good thing here is it came up. Whether you go for the wedding or not, that's a different thing. That's a problem you can either solve or defy. It makes or break the relationship, and you say, hey. But then, now we know that there's something in the open that this is the issue. Even if it means boy, come we'll go to this place one day, and we talk about this thing, and you tell me why, tell me the things. Now, if I did make mistake as a guy with the babe, even if I don't see him at that point, but you don't tell me. If eventually I see him, even if it takes 5 years, 10 years, I see the thing, so even tell me. Now I know, so it's easier for me to call you one day and say, oh boy, I don't finally see that thing where you tell me. If they see you where they tell me, and you be the issue, you're the issue, and like you said, maybe we had a certain way of doing things before that wasn't entirely the right way. But now we're growing, we're changing. I'm ahead of you in that space. And then hey, either later you go see him say, oh, this guy, or if you know good change, good riddance, and we'll be fine. We'll both be fine. But the fact that it's out in the open is a good place. Wedding, I mean, if you support without.
But from the guy's story, I don't think he's an asshole, because he mentioned from that other part, say about the guy doesn't fancy the relationship. He just want to marry because
saying that one at this point now, even him speaking now, the best way he don't need to go to the wedding. I wouldn't. Or genuinely, except actually, let me not say I wouldn't. Sure. Particularly since actually the way it is now, no go to the wedding. Because he said he told you, and they tell us saying they jealous, saying they this, saying they that. I had no point going to the wedding again.
Maybe be like that,
because every small thing now we go around, we can't talk say the Nami cause am Nami. So okay, fine. If that's what you feel, good. I mean, it's fine. We'll be alright. I wish you guys the best. But I need the bash. I know people be bad belle.
God's bro.
And I know people be bad belle still go by. You say I did jealous after I tell you, say boy, you even talk say this babe, I don't feel like say now she be the one for me.
Yeah.
I can't tell you say, but they see what you talk, we make you talk that thing. But you know, it makes sense. You can't go back, go tell her.
You are your problem.
Now me come here.
Come make you the bad person.
No, I have no issues. Everybody did their day. I will be fine. If eventually you get to see it, I'll be there for you. I will laugh you, tell you say I told you so. But as my guy one time, if that time reach where we say, but hey, man, you don't see him, your eye don't open. I'll be there for you. Say, let's figure out the next step. I think that's even the part that makes the friendship the genuine friendship, so that even after we've had our disagreements, we feel we not talk to each other for a few years. But if the day come where each of us need each other, genuinely, you know, we fit that part to redemption or fixing whatever was wrong. Because today, anyway, this was a good one.
I genuinely think that I think you're better off settling down with someone that you love. And life is too difficult on its own, and you want to do it, and life is too difficult alone, and now you want to add somebody that would make it worse. So imagine coming home and in fact you come off from work and the worst thing that is to go
ask. They ask everybody, how far are we going to do after this thing?
Everybody is there. The man go house, so he is there. More of now the go house now, you know.
Let's go house too early.
You know. They say you can't choose your parents or your brothers or your cousins, but you can actually choose your partner. So I would say any small thing run away, but there are things that don't align with you. If they don't align, come on, body.
Anyway, that's a good one. Somewhere in the middle of all these things, sense supposed there, all this talk will talk. So I'm saying we don't talk to sense. Just listen. Somewhere depends on whose side we did. Either what we say you be the asshole, or you go pick something out of another. So just add my own tip to your own tip.
Yep. You know, as we said, if you missed our last podcast, I'm sure you don't want to miss that. We are running a promo. We are running a promo, so just go over to that podcast and
you hear the details.
You get the full details.
How many? 1,000.
Yeah, 1 million. 1 million people now.
1 million people.
Yeah, 1 million.
Okay, 1,000, 1 million people. Okay, yeah. And then this could be you.
No, this could be you. No jokes. Yeah. So go over there, listen, and like, subscribe. If there are more details, just put it down in the comments. We're going to respond to you. Yeah.
Drop your account number. We'll put that for the lottery.
Yeah. No, the just gonna listen to that one, so they know.
Okay, no time to drop my account number. Nobody does it. Alright, guys. See you next episode.
Yeah, but.